You are watching Channel Adrian TV.
Yo, YouTube, welcome back to another police reaction video or police body cam. And the name of the title is Cop's Wife Realizes He Knows About Her Affair. So, y'all, before we even get to the video, you know I had to say that disclaimer that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to read them now. This video is based off real opinions and honest reactions. It's not meant to bash or generalize anyone. We're having a real conversation about dating, respect, and modern behavior. If I had kids, I would sit down, go over these topics like this with them to teach awareness, accountability, and how to move right in today's world. Take what you need, leave what you don't. And another disclaimer, this video is for entertainment, commentary, and educational purposes only. All clips used fall under fair use for criticism, discussion, and transformative content. The opinions expressed are based on the individual situations and do not represent or apply to all people, relationships, or groups. Viewer discretion is advised. Y'all know I do have to read that because of the times that we live in today, but let's get into the video.
Police responded to a 911 call from a woman claiming that her husband, Deputy Sheriff Winfred Adams, had just shot and killed a man she'd been having an affair with. When the police arrived on scene, Winfred refused to drop his firearm and come outside.
God, I can't see. I can't see. Drop the door.
And see that? I know I'm stopping it already in the beginning, but y'all, men, if you catch your wife cheating, it's no point to kill a guy. I wish men would understand that. And I know some men or women might be watching. Adrian, you never been through that heartache and pain? I remember one time I was with a woman the night before, and the next night I saw her with another guy. I didn't want to kill him. I didn't want to, well, let me rephrase. I didn't want to unalive him because I'm on YouTube and other platforms, so I have to say unalive. I didn't want to fight him. I saw it for what it was. But for some reason, when men lose their minds and also lose their life behind that, I will never understand that. Can someone, matter of fact, one of y'all explain to me what's the point of that?
The other side of the car. Get the tree covers. Get the tree covers. Listen. Put it down. Take this. Cover this. Go from the rifle. Put it down. Drop it. Do not go in the house.
He's a police officer with the Madison County Sheriff's Deputy. Can you talk to him or take somebody or not until...
Ma'am, can you go stand over there? Near that car over there, please. 69 Central. The call is advising the man with the gun inside is a deputy for Madison County. He is still alive. Yes. That's how we got your name. No, I got it from him. Put your gun down and come out and talk to us. Pray. Okay. Hey, look. If you're sorry, if you mean that, that tells me that you're upstanding. We can work through it.
And see, like he said himself, he didn't want to be that guy. So the husband, out of rage and being emotionally hurt, he shot that man. And like I said, I understand that pain aspect, but you gotta realize there's a bigger play at hand your whole entire life. Because regardless if your wife cheats on you and you catch her, I don't think no court or jury is going to allow you to shoot another person over that. People may understand, but in the court of law, I don't think you will ever see the grace from the court from doing that.
Yeah, I can't.
Here, guys. We gotta secure the thing. Everything I said to him,
Okay.
I consent. I'm fine with talking. I'm fine with it being played for.
I understand that.
But I want to make sure it's clear. I'm not difficult.
Okay.
I'm not going to be one that told people y'all always
no.
have to talk to. Or
Listen to me. You know the only concern I have right now, and the thing that is good out of all this, I'm happy that you did not put us in a situation to have to shoot you.
I would have never.
Listen, I am also happy you did not shoot. No matter what happened, it ain't worth it. That's my opinion, okay? You got plenty of life left to live.
And that's what I was saying, y'all. It's not worth it.
I got to say.
I don't know why.
Hey.
Well, no, when the lieutenant showed up, I don't know why. For some reason, I didn't feel like I could do it with him here.
Good. I'm glad. Because it keeps you alive.
Tonight, I lost a wife. Tonight, I probably lost my land.
Well, listen to me. Don't stress out about it. We're in the present. Don't worry about what's already happened. Move on. Own it.
No, I know.
And that's what I'm saying. Own it. You're already saying you want to. Deal with it. Move on with life.
After securing Deputy Sheriff Adams and then putting him into a patrol car, an officer speaks with his wife, Charlotte.
I mean, I have some yoga friends, but this would be so embarrassing because
Well, don't think of it as embarrassing. It's traumatic, right? Your friends are going to want to be there for you.
I don't want my dog to know it's always part of my work. And they already hate me there because I went to Georgia Southern.
She just said they already hate her because she went to Georgia Southern. As someone who did also go to Georgia Southern, I don't think people would hate you because of that. That would be very odd.
This is the last thing I need right now. With his hands around my neck and like creeping at me like, you cheating. And I kept telling him, no, like, this is not like that. You know, I mean, I'm fully dressed and so is Lloyd. I mean, legitimately, we're just friends. And I would tell you the truth if we weren't. I would tell you.
Charlotte and her husband would both be transported down to the local police department and put into separate interrogation rooms to be interviewed. They begin with Winford to get his side of the story. Then they will move on to his wife and get hers. At this point, Winford, also known as Trey, doesn't know his victim died from the gunshot wounds.
But before to let that go, if your wife is already hanging out with another man over you, and especially by herself a lot, that kind of lets you already know what it is. Because she don't respect you, in my personal opinion. Now, if it's in a group workplace situation, I understand that. But being by yourselves is more intimate. And if she's already hanging with another guy and you're married to her, it kind of tells you what the writing on the wall is.
Breathe. It's just hard. I love everything in my life tonight, and I don't think that I've ever made so many people that for this disappointed. Well, I guess why don't we just go ahead and kind of start from the beginning? Like, what happened today? I've never had friends before. When I was growing up, I was always a kid that was made fun of, and people were mean to, and all that, all the way up through high school. I've never really had friends. I've never had the people that just wanted to hang out with you. Right. After the previous incident years ago, we kind of had, I'm just going to say it, rules about if she went out. Yeah. Which were supposed to be no drinking, no guys, you know, if things get weird, call me. Right. I watched her all night. Looked at her location to see where she was going, only because I've been sick today and I was hungry. And if she was going somewhere, I was going to discreetly bring something back. Right. And I saw she was there.
She didn't tell you where she was going to get something to eat?
She just said she was going to go meet the AI people, and they were having dinner.
Oh.
I feel so terrible. But he's definitely got a lot going on. I should have done this tonight.
And you can hear from the voice that he's crying. That's why, to all men, don't let your emotions do something crazy to where you're going to lose your life. Because as I said, he doesn't know that the guy that he shot is dead, but he's going to be in jail potentially for the rest of his life. All because someone cheated on him. And once again, I know someone's going to say, Adrian, you don't understand the hurt and pain. Like I told y'all earlier in this video, I literally had a dinner date with a woman, had sex with her. The next day I saw her with another guy. Now, I wasn't crying about it. I wasn't hurt. I took it on the chin. I knew it. I saw it for what it was, and I kept it moving. I didn't want to unalive him. I didn't want to get any revenge. But since I'm emotionally stable and understand these things, I can move on. But what I've noticed is a majority of men are too emotionally weak to even handle their own girlfriend or wife cheating on them, or having multiple men on the side. A lot of men wouldn't be able to handle that. And that's one thing I'm starting to notice, because like I said, in my personal experience, I was able to handle it, move on, and not lose my life over it. A majority of men will not be able to move on. They will want to hurt the guy, even if the guy doesn't even know, and potentially lose their whole life over a woman who didn't even want them.
I didn't mean to. Like, I will go ahead and say that. There was no intention of me going there to do this. I ended up driving by because I felt bad and I wanted to see, like, are there a bunch of cars there? There wasn't. There was her car and one other car. And I drove by like 6 or 7 times. And I finally parked wherever my truck was. I don't exactly know what house it was in front of. And I was like, this is wrong. But I need to know for sure. Yeah. She's never been straight with me, and I need to know for sure. And so I locked my truck, and I walked up, and there were some windows that were kind of open, and all I was looking for was there a table, was there people around, you know, maybe one car picked up a bunch of people.
So you didn't park in the driveway?
No, I was afraid because if I was wrong, I didn't want her to see me and be mad. I didn't want it to seem like I was jealous. I didn't want to be crazy, you know. I feel bad, and when I have nobody on my side, you know, she blamed me too after the Halloween thing. She blamed me because she said none of her friends want to see her, and it's my fault she has no friends. And
when I see relationships like this, I wonder with how their relationship dynamic is if he was just an ATM. Like, in other words, he's treating her nice and he's also paying for the majority of the bills because he may not necessarily be her type or the man she wants to be with, but since he's treating her nice and he's paying for all the bills, that could be possibly why she married him. Because the way she's treating him, for you to go to another man's house and there's no group setting, it's just by yourself, as he said it, just 2 cars there, that's pretty telling of what she thinks about him or the marriage.
so I walked around, there were a couple windows, I didn't see anything, and then I saw on the front porch there was an open window, and then I see her laying on the couch, and he's behind her, and he's got his arms wrapped around her.
Oh, yeah, you know what that is, y'all. He got his arm wrapped around her.
Laying down. Oh, okay.
Were they closed?
They were closed. I opened the door, and as soon as I opened the door, they both jumped up, and the deer in the headlights looked. Yeah.
It was locked or open?
It was unlocked. And I initially just wanted to yell at both of them. And I looked them both in the eyes, and then she said, he's just a friend, he's just a friend. And I think I said something along the lines of, you don't do that with friends, you know? Yeah. That's not just cool. Yeah, no, you're totally right on that. I had forgotten I had my gun on because I locked my truck. Because I know y'all found all the guns in there. That was
your work service weapon, or was it a personal?
It was my personal weapon. But yeah, they looked at me, and Charlotte started, like, saying stuff. I don't even remember what she said. And for whatever reason, I don't know why, I didn't think, as dumb as it sounds, everything went in slow-mo at that moment, and it felt like I had no control over any of it. Like, I was being forced to watch it, but I didn't. Yeah. Yeah, imagine that. And I pulled the gun out and I pointed it at him. Charlotte started yelling at me, like, I don't remember what she said, but she was screaming. And she started grabbing at me, and I will say I pushed her, but I was afraid the gun was going to go off because she was clawing all over me, and I was scared. And then he bolted, and I don't know, I didn't even aim it. I was holding it out like that, and I know 2 or 3 rounds. I know.
See, man, that blind rage, when you let emotion take over you, it could either help you, like as far as working out, you know, in a workout or running, that kind of pain and transforming it into something productive, or, and majority of times, it could be detrimental to you. Something like this. This is why you have to learn how to control your emotions. And I feel sad because, like I said, if I had a son or a daughter, I would sit here and talk to him about these things. I would say to myself, where did I go wrong in his emotional development? Because there were already red flags and signs telling you she doesn't respect you, or she possibly could be stepping out on you. And at that point, once you put 2 and 2 together, you shouldn't be enraged at the man. You should be mad at her. Not mad at her to want to do something physical to her. Mad to where, okay, this relationship isn't going to work. I need to divorce you.
2 or 3 went off, and
inside the house or outside?
Inside the house. Mm-hmm. He was running out the front door, and was immediate. Oh my God.
So when you were shooting him, he was running away?
Yeah.
Okay. How many times did you shoot?
2 to 3 times.
Okay.
I immediately felt bad. And as dumb as that sounds, that's why I called y'all. I immediately felt bad. I feel like shit. I cannot believe that I did this. And my life is over. Like, and everybody keeps saying you can come back. No. If he's going to be okay, at a minimum, I know roughly charges that I'm facing, and I know what will happen to me. I know. I can totally see that. Like, I would give anything right now to just go to the hospital, look him in the eye, and just say, I'm sorry, even if he says he hates me. I'm going to go to y'all's jail and pray that because I was a cop, I get a cell by myself so I don't get stabbed. I feel like I'm losing everything, and I'm never going to get to talk to anybody again.
When a man catches his wife cheating, his rage is often misdirected at her lover, who he sees as a rival or an intruder. Attacking the other man feels like a way to reclaim his pride, his dominance, and control. In this case, even though his wife had cheated on him multiple times, Winford would make excuses for her, so he could put the blame on her lovers instead of his wife.
From the content creator right there, said it myself, that rage isn't going to help you. And that's where I noticed, and I know a lot of people overuse this word, but a majority of men are simps. The fact that when they're in that rage and don't understand, and let me put it this way, you shouldn't be enraged at the man. You should be enraged that you were so stupid if the signs are this obvious. That's what you should be enraged with, because you were so weak and pathetic to leave the situation when the signs were this obvious. That's where the rage should come in.
Tell me about tonight.
When Trey got home, I was trying to get out of there real quick, but he was right there in the driveway, and so anyway, but I just told him that, like, I was gonna go eat dinner and I would be right back. And I was. Lloyd invited me over to his house for ribs.
First of all, who's Lloyd?
Lloyd is my friend.
Okay.
Who got shot by Trey. But Trey is so possessive and controlling and doesn't want me talking to guys. And I know it's just to protect me, but I get along with guys better than I get along with girls. So I ended up meeting Lloyd and just talked to him about stupid stuff, not stupid stuff. I talked to him about everything because we're friends, but also we're on the same wavelength.
So y'all not lovers?
No.
You're
not at all.
You're platonic friends?
Literally platonic friends.
Okay.
Like, literally never kissed him, never did anything with him, we never even went anywhere with that.
Okay.
That's how I view Lloyd. He's a work friend, he's been to yoga with me.
And this is why some men have issues with their wife having male friends. Because remember what the other man said, that he caught them on the couch hugged up. This is a way where women can get sexual attention from male friends or boyfriend type husband attention without actually taking it there to being intimate with that person. So this is why honestly a lot of women say they like hanging out with guys than other women, because they still get all the benefits of being in a relationship with that man. Because say if they get in a fight, her guy friends are going to jump in for her. Say if she feels lonely and just wants to have a Netflix and chill, just like she was caught cuddling with that other guy that got shot. That's why a lot of women I've noticed, not all, but some, well, I'll say the majority, like having that men friendship, is because you still get the benefits of being in a relationship with them, even though if you're not intimate, because they will still do boyfriend type husband things and also the sexual attention you get.
Okay. It's like...
And if you're too slow to understand, hugging somebody on the couch while watching TV or a movie, that's sexual attention.
Charlotte claims that Lloyd was just her friend. However, her husband not only saw them cuddling on the couch, when he went into the home, he saw several used male contraceptives lying on Lloyd's bed.
I mean, I've tried to be so good to Trey. I've tried to live within his rules, and he scares me so bad because I know I know he's a good person, but he has some issues that he's struggling with. And I've been trying to help him. You know, I've been trying to not piss him off.
You said he scares you so bad. What do you mean he scares you so bad?
It's just like his energy, like just his actions. Like, I haven't felt like, I feel like he's always just really mad at me, and like he doesn't love me, and like he's just like this close to just like snapping. And I don't know what he would do if I mean, I guess now I know. He literally knew where I was. He was literally outside watching and burst down the door. Like, it updates every 30 seconds, which he was telling me. Like, my GPS, because he made me share, he didn't make me, but, you know, he requested that I share my location with him, and then he shares his location with me.
By interviewing Charlotte, the detectives are trying to figure out if she played a part in the victim's death. Did she leave her location on, knowing that her husband would find her and possibly do something that would result in him going to jail? Is there more to this story than just a husband finding his wife in the arms of another man?
Which is possible. That could be a way to get rid of her husband if she does want to leave him. Now, keep in mind, y'all, there's no proof of that. That's just an assumption. And honestly, I can understand if the cops think that way, because that's something I thought in my head too. But the funny thing is, she's not taking accountability for it being at someone's house by themselves. Now, I don't care what relationship you type of have, but in a marriage, I would say a majority of men would not want their wife in another house with another man by themselves. And I'm wondering if she's going to take accountability for that.
It's just so embarrassing, you know? It's like...
So why did you tell him you were going to get something to eat and you would be right back if you were going over to Lloyd's house?
Yeah, because I was going to go to Lloyd's house for like 20 minutes, get some rest, and then leave. I was about to leave. I mean, it had only been like, I don't even know how Trey got there that fast, or maybe I lost track of time. I should have left earlier.
And you say it's about 20 minutes from your house to Lloyd's house, and when you got there, it seemed like you had only been there just a few minutes. You just talked a little bit and had 4 ribs, you said.
Yeah. I don't even know if I finished my 4th rib because...
And you were the only person there with Lloyd?
Yeah, I thought that his roommate would be there because he's supposed to be there. So Lloyd kept asking me about training, you know?
Yeah.
I kept looking out the window, like always, because I'm afraid that Trey is going to come up there. And I'm afraid that he is going to kill me and whoever I'm with. Every time I'm...
Now, what makes you think that, though? I mean, you said you had never had any physical altercations.
Well, he has said before that he would kill and whoever if I ever cheated on him. And that's what he thought was going on when he came over there.
Okay, so tell me...
It's unfortunate because I have heard men speak like that, which if I ever heard a man speak like that I'm around, I immediately cut ties from him, because that's already showing me where his emotional maturity and mental maturity is. It's not there.
When everything started to happen, how did that go down?
I was getting this feeling, you know, I was looking, I was freaked out.
What do you mean?
I kept looking out the window, like,
And what was that?
is that Trey's car? Are those his headlights? Is he here? I know he's coming.
So describe the house, describe the driveway. Why were you looking out to see if anybody was outside? Were you nervous that he had followed you? Why were you nervous?
Well, I felt like if he saw that I was at Lloyd's house, I'm not supposed to be at a guy's house.
I'm trying to figure out, you know, when you got there, you said you were there only a short period of time, and you kept looking out the window. Okay, because you thought Trey might be coming over. And then, just tell me what happened. we'll go through what happened if we have any questions.
And I had just gotten more ribs, and I couldn't even finish my rib, and Lloyd's laying there on the floor, and I was like, saying something, and then,
So Lloyd's on the floor?
Lloyd's on the floor, laying there.
Just laying on the floor?
Yeah, with his feet up on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting.
Okay, now, she just said he's on the floor, she's sitting at the table. He said he saw her at the window he saw them through the window on the couch. He was behind her, hugging her like this, with his arms like this. So someone's lying. So I want to see if she's going to talk about the part when they get to the couch and he sees them holding each other, embracing a hug while out laying on the couch.
At his table, sitting on a chair, like eating my rib, talking about stuff, and then once again, I'm the instigator. I'm like, Lloyd, I'm getting really scared. Like, I'm really, really scared. So I got on the floor and I curled up next to him in a ball. So then Lloyd's got his arm around me, like,
She did bring that up. So what and that's why I've talked about the type of attention women get from their guy friends. Because what she's doing is she's emotionally opening up to another man, saying how she's scared for her life. That's how she's putting it. Now, I know that's iffy and dicey, so I really can't tell if she's lying or just using that as posturing so she isn't looked at as a bad way. And you can't really tell people's intentions when it comes to that, so you just gotta kind of take it for their word. That's why if I was him, I wouldn't have let her know I was out there. I would have just recorded it and start building the case. So when I divorce her, because you go into a house by yourself with another man, you'll be hugged up with another man, and her openly admittingly right now saying she was opening up emotionally to another man, which, a newsflash to all men, I don't think a majority of men understand this about their wives. A majority of them open up to men emotionally at their job place, at the gym. And to y'all, that may not be like a big deal, but to me, physically cheating is just as bad as emotionally cheating, because your husband is supposed to be a rock. That's why he's supposed to be there. And if you emotionally open up to another man, to me, that's disrespectful to your husband. Now, if it's dealing with physical abuse, I get it. So outside of that, if it's just normal stuff, I don't agree with that.
I was like laughing, like, I can't.
And why do you think you were really scared?
Because I was getting really scared, because I just kept getting all these feelings that Trey was out there. Trey was coming for me, like.
So why did you
just leave? Yeah, I was gonna leave, but I just wanted like one hug to like get me through, because I knew I was gonna get bitched at by Trey, and it was gonna be a cold, dark, freaking next couple days, and so I just wanted just a little bit of warmth, just a little hug, you know.
See what I was talking about? The type of relationship attention, because instead of saying sexual attention, which a hug is sexual attention, depending on how you hug someone, y'all should know that. Especially if you know men who hug women who may be in a relationship or married, when they give you the press, you could kind of tell it's a sexual hug, not a normal hug. And if you don't know what the press is, you have a long way to go. But you just heard of her. You just heard it. Y'all just heard it herself. She just wanted a hug. She wanted some type of embrace. So regardless if she wasn't cheating on that man, regardless if she wasn't cheating on her husband, she was disrespecting him.
For like 5 minutes, and then I was gonna go. Well, then Lloyd's like, do you want to just like lay on the couch? Horrible idea. I'm like, I guess Lloyd's maybe in pain or something. I'm like, okay, we'll lay here for like a second. And then I just stopped talking, and I was like, I better not fall asleep. This is what happened last time. Lloyd had his arms around me.
On the couch.
On the couch. Fully clothed. never done anything. Like, it's not like that. And I should have just gone right then, but all of a sudden Lloyd heard something. And he sat up, and I started to sit up, and the door comes open, and Lloyd jumps up off of the couch. I jump up off of the couch, and all of a sudden I see Trey, and he's in his red sweatshirt, and he's screaming at me. He started screaming, "You cheating!" And I kept saying, he's a friend, it's not like that. And he was like, "You've been lying to me." And he said something like, I think he said you hurt me at one point, but maybe that was outside when he said you hurt me so bad. I'm not sure. But he was yelling at me about something. And he said, "I saw you. I was looking through the window, and I saw he had his arm around you." And I was like, "It was just a hug. He's just a friend. It's not like that." And I don't know if he was shoving Lloyd or something, but Lloyd was still over there by the couch, I think. But I could tell Lloyd was trying to get to the door.
Okay, the front door?
Which was still open. Still trying to tell Trey that Lloyd was just a friend, and I was like pushing on him. He shoved Lloyd, and he kept trying to shove me down next to Lloyd like he was going to execute us both on the floor. Which is kind of flattering. Like, Lloyd should have run. He should have been like, "F this girl. I don't even know her hardly." And I don't.
Because, like I said earlier, I don't agree with what he did, even though I understand he's in pain. But for you to say you're going to unalive both of them at that situation, like I said, it's not worth it. I would have just got some video evidence to build up my case for divorce. But I have to be honest, how he talked earlier about not having a lot of friends and going on earlier about how he had problems socially, it kind of shows me he has no self-esteem, he has no backbone. And then on top of that, I had to keep it a buck. He's very weak. A lot of that stuff, that interpersonal stuff, those skills that you need to build up as a man, he didn't build them for whatever reason. And I know some people say you have to have a parent or guardian in your corner to help build those things. Like I said, I've been working ever since I was 16, 17 years old. A majority of men are like that. I've been in a lot of work situations where you will see if they have a backbone or they're not weak or pathetic, and I would see they would do the exact opposite of being weak, pathetic, not having a backbone themselves. Sometimes you have to teach it yourself. Like I said, I had to teach a lot of these things myself, not because I was hurt, but because y'all know I always preach on this channel. You just got to keep building, and you got to keep improving yourself and sharpen your tool and everything, because like I said, life is cutthroat, life is hard, and relationships are just as hard as you see in this situation. Because say if you're in the marriage and you're in this type of situation, I would hate for any of one of y'all to lose your whole entire life over a situation like this. I would just say just divorce her.
Care if she gets strangled, and how dare she bring this guy, like he even said before Trey came over, "Are you gonna get me murdered by your husband?" He literally said that.
And if that guy said that, it's ironic that he said that. But number two, that kind of shows a mistake on that guy. I've dated women before to where I kind of got a vibe they were with somebody else and it wasn't healthy. I just left her alone because there's too many women in the world. That guy should have did that too, because the fact that you can even think about that statement and that statement to come out of your mouth, "Are you going to get me unalived?" You should leave her alone. It's not worth it for you too. And obviously watching this video, you heard what happened to him. It's just a sad situation all around.
Before we got on the couch, I forgot to say that. He was trying to escape out the door behind Trey because I could still see Lloyd when Trey drew his gun on him. And Lloyd had his back to him and was running out the door. Yeah, because
Because when Trey went to shoot Lloyd, I saw him. I saw the back of him running out, like his... You saw the back of who running out? Lloyd? Mine. Okay. So Trey shot Lloyd as he was running away? Yeah, Lloyd was already on the porch when Trey was shooting at him. So Lloyd managed to get out the front door? Yeah. He shot somebody in the back from a foot away 4 times.
The detectives leave the room, and while they're gone, Charlotte checks her phone, and she notices that Lloyd passed away from his gunshot wounds.
Hey, I'm Detective Johnson. I haven't spoken with you yet, but I was over there. I was talking to Trey, and he wanted me to tell you to call Krista and Donnie and visit him. Come visit him. I guess those.
I just found out that dude died. I just found out Lloyd. I don't know. It's not. Did he die?
Yeah, because they couldn't save him.
That's so sad, y'all.
On Facebook that it said 38 minutes ago.
What did it say? Or what kind of
His
Facebook
mom
page?
posted on Lloyd's Facebook.
Oh, really?
That's so sad, man.
Yeah, I guess the doctors couldn't save him.
I just can't believe this. I don't know what to do. He just killed the one person that understood me. Yeah, I mean, Trey got his wish. I don't have any friends now. Everybody who knows Lloyd is going to be like, you let Lloyd get killed.
And one thing I've noticed about this, because number one, that person losing their life, because that's someone's son, someone loved one, that is sad, because I don't want to overlook that. But not once how she said how her husband felt, or how her husband feels, because seeing her hugged up with another man, obviously I think she knows that will hurt a majority of man's feelings, especially if you're his wife. And I noticed throughout this whole video, she didn't even bring that up once.
Well, it sounds that's not really the way younger people think.
You can keep your underwear and your socks.
Okay.
And just change into this.
And y'all, that's why I do these videos, man. It's not to make fun of anyone's misfortune. Like, that's so sad, man. I learn from people's mistakes. Now his whole life is gone.
You got everything? Yeah, you got it.
And he knows it.
Oh, yeah, that's weird. I kind of thought there was at least a shrimp pocket, but too. That's kind of weird. Kind of discount.
In the end, Winford would be convicted of second-degree murder,
yeah.
And he was sentenced to life in prison, with the possibility of parole after 30 years. No charges were brought against his wife, even though the police believe that she had lied to them several times during her interview. What are your thoughts on this case? What do you think would have happened if it had been his wife catching him with another woman instead? Please share your theories in the comments below.
And y'all, like I said, it's a sad video. And like I said, I don't want to bring the morale down, but if I had a son or daughter, I would literally watch these videos with them and discuss life situations, because like I said, it's not to make fun of anyone's downfall or the traumatic experience it could have put her through. It's to learn from other people's poor choices and mistakes, so you don't ever have to go through them. Y'all, I just want to say I appreciate all the support. If you want sports reviews, sneaker reviews, reaction reviews, any video you can think of, subscribe to Channel Adrian TV.